Hello everybody. Thank you for joining me today in this video. It's been quite a while since I talk here like on the camera. And I felt an urge to upload such a video, especially after the 7th of October, which is the day of the biggest massacre of Jews since the Holocaust. And right now, we have hostages being kept in Gaza. With some of them, we lost contact. We don't know what are their conditions, but we heard already stories about killing, about rape, about tormenting and atrocities that person cannot imagine, like way beyond imagination. And we don't know what is going on with the hostages. We don't know. People that their only crime was that they went to a party in Israel, not in occupied territories. They were not soldiers. They only went to a music festival. And some didn't even do that. Some of them just lived in their houses and they were taken into captivity by the Hamas terrorists, you know. And it is horrible. These people it could have been me, it could have been my family, it could be you. It could be you if you would happen to be in Israel and to visit these villages or kibbutzim, or if you would walk to this music festival. And also, if you were a soldier, serving in Israel is mandatory. So it doesn't mean that these people were assassins. It just means that they were citizens of Israel. That's it. And we want them back. We want them back. It's horrible. Every day that they're there. And you know, you hear stories about what is going on there. You know, rape, murder. And you think, what would happen if our beloved ones would be in this situation and would be going through ongoing hell every day, every second? It's unimaginable. On the other side, the Palestinians are experiencing now like mass killing of citizens in Gaza, which is horrible as well. I mean, you know, although I'm not Palestinian, of course one can connect to that as well. And ceasefire must happen. I definitely agree. Ceasefire and bringing back the hostages. It goes together. It must happen as soon as possible. A friend wrote me after the 7th of October, sharing condolences. And what I answered was that what bothers me the most is that I believe that the majority of the Palestinians see this action as justified. This horrible, whimsical, abominable action of rape, killing and kidnapping people that were innocent is being supported by, you know, vast majority of the Palestinian population. Not only one person, but many. And, you know, people talk about free the Palestinians from Hamas, but no, I'm sure that the majority of the Palestinians support the Hamas, because for them, that is the fighting entity that shows resistance to Israel. So they support the Hamas. That's the way it is, you know, just like this. I don't think it's possible to free a person that doesn't want to be freed from this state of mind. And then you try to think what contributes to this horrible situation that people support the worst atrocities. And you see that the Palestinians believe that the Israelis, since day one, were basically focused on eliminating the Palestinians. That it was since 48, basically, or maybe before, the Jews wanted only one thing: to eliminate the Palestinians. which is not true. And on the other side, on the Jewish side or Israeli side, you can see that you hear about the Palestinians that basically since 48 that they declared war upon the Jews. I mean, there was an agreement from the English government with the Jews were willing to take, but the Palestinians didn't want because they felt that, I don't know, they felt that it's not right, so they went for war, and then they didn't win. And afterwards, there were other wars which didn't succeed for them as well. And there were the Oslo Agreement. Now, Oslo Agreement was not perfect. It was a compromise, for both sides, because that's the Middle East, you must compromise when it is so crowded and impossible to negotiate with so many groups and ethnics. But Rabin, our former prime minister, was assassined for this proposal that was eventually taken by the Palestinians, but surely or shortly afterwards, Yasser Arafat, the representative of the Palestinian, felt that it is sort of, I guess, a scam to manipulate the Palestinians, and he decided not to sign in it. And the Palestinians, they support him. They find it right, that the wish or his willing to go into constant struggle against the Jews is justified, because the Jews, they just want to destroy the Palestinians. And since then, situation has got getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And it seems there's really no end, there's like no end. And now we are where we are. And we are like on the way to hell. Must be a way to... I mean, to be honest, I don't think that in this video I can make a big change. No, I don't think so. But I feel that maybe a small change can happen, and maybe more understanding that the other side suffers, and this state of mind has been, in a way, preached to them since age zero, so to speak. And now both sides are determined to destroy each other, which is not possible. It's not possible. Like the Palestinians that want to have, to free Palestine from the Jordan to the sea, it's not possible. You can't kill all the Jews in Israel. You cannot. It will not work. No, never, never, ever. And the Jews that want to destroy the Palestinians, also, it's not possible. It's not possible to destroy the Palestinians in Gaza or in West Jordanian. It's not possible. So the only solution is agreements or peace, What else? What else? Why both nations must live constantly in agony? Why? There were, I mean, for the Palestinians that want to live from the Jordan to the sea, basically back then it was possible as citizens of Israel, but the Palestinians rejected this offer, which is okay, that was their choice. And now it's not possible anymore. They cannot live from the Jordan to the sea as Palestinians. They can't do it as Arab Israelis, but they can have their own country in the Gaza Strip and West Jordanian. That is the best solution, definitely. For both sides, it is definitely the best solution, which must be maintained and controlled, that everything worked as planned, that the Palestinians have their territories without losing their territories constantly to Israeli settlers or municipalities. And the Israelis must feel secure in their own country. They must. I mean, I studied in Sderot, which is a city close to Gaza Strip. And all my studies, it took me 4 years, it was bombed from Gaza. Why? Why? Why people in Gaza, in Sderot, must be bombed from Palestinians? Why kids must live in fear and die sometimes? Why? It is definitely not justified. I mean, if there was a shooting on a military base in a way, then you can say, okay, they oppose, but why do they need to aim the civilian population? Why? And it's being like this for years. So the fact that they support the 7th of October, it doesn't surprise me, it just makes me sad, because this state of mind must be changed in both sides, and then again, I mean, maybe what I'm trying to do in this video, more from everything, more than all, is to support the idea of ceasefire and free all the hostages immediately, not like some of them, not tomorrow, no, now, ceasefire now, and free all the hostages. And at the same time, make some agreements. But first of all, ceasefire and free the hostages. It goes together. You cannot separate them. You cannot separate these statements. They go together. It cannot be made without, because every side has his own, his own bargain in this equation. So it must be dissolved together. I think it makes sense. I'm sure it makes sense. It was recently an Israeli director won the Berlinale Festival. Congratulations for him, Yuval Abraham, that made a film with his fellow Palestinian director, which I can't remember his name, sorry about that. And in his speech, he spoke about apartheid in West Jordanian. But one thing he forgot to mention is the hostages. How could he forget the hostages? How could he forget the hostages? I really don't understand this. Now, what I don't support is that he, Yuval Abraham, was shortly afterwards, his family, relatives were in a way, they had a visit from from right-wing supporters that threatened them, and so on and so forth. They were looking for Yuval Abraham, that was in Berlin, that decided to stay for a while. Of course, this is a horrible condition or encounter for him and his family, definitely. It's very unfortunate, I'm trying to say. But in the same time, you should not forget to mention the hostages. You should not forget to mention the hostages. And shortly afterwards, there was a petition of many filmmakers that showed their support to Yuval Abraham and for all the wrongs that Israel do in the West Bank. But then again, all of these filmmakers, they forgot to mention the hostages. So this action might easily be interpreted by other Israelis as Palestinian support, which is sort of in a way, trap for the Israelis themselves as a whole. And I definitely believe that if they would mention the hostages, first of all, it would be better interpreted by like a bigger population and would create more understanding instead of creating hate. So I'm very worried from everything. And I hope that things will change. It just seems, everything looks horrible. Everything looks, well, you get me. I think I made my point. And I think that every side should see also the other side. But not only the other side, also see himself. Both arguments must be put on the table, you know, in order to create understanding. Because without understanding, this chaos will reign for eternity. And we can't have it. We just can't have it. So, thank you for watching. I hope it was beneficial for someone. Feel free to write your feelings, to share your feelings and thoughts in the comments. Excuse my English, yeah, I can, yeah, that's the way it is. Yeah, so thank you once again. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Have a peaceful day.